is literally here. It's literally here. It's here. Hi, happy new year. Welcome to my channel if you're new here. My name is Nicole Charnel and I do videos on healthy intentional living. That encompasses a lot of things, but in this video we're going to talk specifically about resetting for not just the new year but from the month prior. So a monthly reset is something that I do every single month. I do film it and share it here on my YouTube channel, but I do it in real life for good reasons. I feel like for me to stay on top of it, to really know like where I'm at and where I'm going, and just to stay present in what I'm trying to do and accomplish. So that is what we're going to do in this video, but we're also going to reset for the new year. I am going to talk about the past month, but also going to talk about the year as a whole, because I'm going to do my reflection in this video as well. And then I'm going to talk about some favorites and what I'm getting ready to do for the new year. So I hope you enjoy this video and let's jump right into it. So I track my monthly reset within my Notion. I have a template in there. I have a page specifically for my resets, and it goes month by month as you see here on the screen. Each month I go through and I do this same reset. I ask myself the same questions. I reflect almost in the same way. I haven't really seen a need to really change how I do this because I like how it's set up, and I do feel like it is working to an extent. But really it's just me. I'm the problem. I'm the reason why there are some things that are basically the same, and you'll kind of see that when I'm talking about my reset. It's because I'm not doing what I need to do. And the point of this is to make sure I do what I need to do. So we're going to get better. We're going to improve. But jumping into the reset, as you see, I just did this reset this past week, or really this week that you're seeing this video. Also in this page, I have my last year. So the previous year, this one specifically, I have 2 years ago. I have a 2023 and 2022, because I was pretty consistent at this time in my life. But it's really interesting going back and like seeing what you wrote and like where the similarities and the differences are. Like in 2023, I said the month was magical, but in 2022, the month was long. You know what I mean? And I have different like memorable moments and things like that. It's like, it's interesting to kind of look back, right? And like have those memories and try and remember like why you felt those things. But oh my gosh, I miss reading, and I'm happier when I read. Oh, that is amazing. And I said that in 2022 because I say that's amazing because I didn't start like posting about books until this year, 2024, but I really got back into heavily reading 2022, and like this is the proof. This is the proof. Oh, I love this. Sticking to my time blocking calendar. I need to continue to do that. Moving into the reset for now. Okay. So for this past month of December, one word just out of the month, simple. I picked simple because the month wasn't bad, but it wasn't amazing. I don't know if you noticed at the beginning, I do rate the month and I rated it a 3-star. It was pretty mediocre. I had things to do. I needed to function at a very high level, not just at home, but also at work. If you don't know, I got a new position a few months ago, and this was like November and December were a big holiday. I work retail, so it was a lot going on. I needed to be able to function in both places, and I feel like I accomplished that. Not to the best of my ability, but okay. Like I accomplished it all right. So I feel good about that. And so overall the month was just like pretty mediocre. I didn't want to say mediocre though, because it wasn't like bad, but it wasn't great. So I just said simple because like I said, I kind of did what I needed to do and got where I needed to go and accomplished the things that I wanted to accomplish. So memorable moments, Christmas. I mean, I feel like every December my memorable moment is Christmas, but I had a good Christmas. I enjoyed time with my kids. I enjoyed time with my family. This year was the first year I saved up the whole entire year for Christmas. So Christmas shopping was so easy and painless. And I would literally do this for the rest of my life. Like I loved that about it. So like not having to like figure out where the money's coming from, not trying to have to like move around savings. Like I literally had my savings for Christmas, and I loved that. So Christmas was a good time. It was a good month. Yeah, it was a good month. And that was my memorable moment for the month, was Christmas. What I learned is I was in an era of self-sabotage, and I'm getting out. I read this book, which is actually my favorite for the month, and called The Mountain Is You by Brianna West. I'll talk about it later, but the basis of the book is self-sabotage and the things that you do to kind of stop yourself from moving forward. And you have to realize them. You have to like bring it to forethought that this is what you're doing and kind of like push it out the way. Like, you can't constantly keep sabotaging yourself because you're never going to get where you want to go. And after like coming to that realization, like, first of all, like, that book, it was just so good. Like, just really bringing it to forth, but then also giving me the tools, the thoughts, the processes to put in place to be better. So I learned that about myself. I never thought of myself being a self-sabotaging person, but in little ways I am. And in this next year, I am definitely getting out of it. 2025, I'm getting out of it. We're moving on from that. You know, we learned what we needed to learn, and now it's time to do something different. And what I want to improve on is staying consistent in everything, not just the gym. This year in the gym, your girl did her thing. Just saying. I was so consistent. I was so consistent in the gym. Mind you, I've been on this fitness journey for 4 years. I think it's 5 years. I'm going to say 4 because actually it'll be 5 years in April. I literally just looked at my pictures and like looked back, and I was trying to figure out what it was. It'll be 5 years in April. But so for 4 years, I've been on this fitness journey, and this year, 2024, like, I've been the most consistent over the past, since like last April, going on to the like, to now, like going on to, of course, the next. But I've been the most consistent, and like I found such a good niche, and like how I guess not niche, but like I found a good level place I want to be with being at the gym and like working on my fitness. And I love that. I love that for me. I'm here for it. This is what I want to do. I love it. I love it. I love it. Fitness is going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life. And that's the goal. And I've been so consistent at the gym. However, I have not been consistent with my planning. I have not been consistent with my 12-week years. I have not been consistent with decluttering my room. Like, there are areas in my life that I have not been consistent with. And I can apply the same discipline that I have in the gym to these other areas. I just need to do it. So 2025, I'm just going to do it. Like, literally, no more excuses, no more putting stuff in the back burner. Like, we're doing it. We're here for it. Okay. Okay, so that was my monthly reflection. So I'm actually going to go to my year reflection, and it is in my Notion as well. So just bear with me as I toggle through. I do have a vision every single year. I do a new vision, like new vision for the year and for my life and all that. And sometimes I change it and sometimes I don't. This year, I did not change a lot. I literally took things off because I accomplished them, which felt so good. But this year, it was really just me like looking at my vision and like making sure this is what I really want for my life, type thing. So as you see at the top, I've been doing this consistently the past 3 years. So I'm going to go into this year's reflect and set. And then I'm going to go into, it's right here. It's right here on top. 2024 reflection. Here we are. So what's your biggest success of the year? Getting department manager position. That's the new position that I got this past August, excuse me. And I've been there at my new position since September. And it literally, at the end of the year, I don't care. This was my biggest success, accomplishment. Like, I am moving in the right direction. And like, literally looking back on my vision and seeing the things that I wrote and the things that I wanted to accomplish and where I wanted to be, and now I'm there, it feels so good. What is the single biggest challenge you overcame this year? Spending so much time away from my son. So my son is currently living with his father, which is great. Like, it's great for him. It's great for them. However, I miss him so much, like all the time. And the first half of the year, like last year, like at the end of last year into the first half of the year, it was so hard for me. I was constantly like upset and like sad, and I don't like being upset and sad. I was crying, which has its time and its place, but I just didn't want to be like feeling like that. So overcoming that, like, that was a challenge for me, not in the sense of like shutting him out or like not connecting with him, but like, how can I connect with him more that I don't see him every day, that we don't talk every day, that I can't hug him every day. And that, like, overcoming that, like, I feel okay about it now. Like, you would have asked me a couple months ago and I felt trash about it. Like I'm terrible. Like I'm out here, I'm a bad mom. But that's not the reality. That's just like how I was feeling. And like, there's no need for me to feel that way. I am a good mom and I need to find ways to like feel better about it because like the decision had its reasons. It had like, there was a purpose. So, how did I grow in the past year? More disciplined in my fitness journey, and growth at my job. So I already talked about my job and I already talked about my fitness journey too. Like, just my fitness has been elite, just top tier, just so good. And that has just made me see that I can be disciplined this way in all aspects of my life. Like I can apply the same disciplines that I apply to my fitness journey to the rest of my life. And that's what I'm going to do this year. I'm going to prove to myself that I can do that. So seeing it within the past year and now like what I'm going to do now, it makes me feel really motivated to continue in that manner. So can you just tell I'm excited? I'm excited. I like looking back makes me excited. Looking forward makes me excited. I'm an excitable person. What is my most positive, memorable moment? Taking a solo trip to the Caribbean. So I took a solo trip on a cruise with a travel group, and I went by myself. Shocker. Big shocker for me. Big shocker for everyone in my life. But I did it and it was a great time and I loved it. And I think I learned a lot about myself. I learned mainly that I want to take solo trips. I want to have like time by myself, which I kind of realized that like after my last divorce, I realized that honestly, that I want to have more times with just me. But not in the sense that I want to be alone. So I also realized that in having a solo trip, like I realized, no, you're not that type of person that you're not going to spend the rest of your life by yourself. One, you have kids. Two, like you do want a person, right? But at the same time, like having solo time, super important for me, super important for my mental health, for my self-care, for focusing on me. So I definitely learned that. And that was a very positive, memorable moment to look back on those pictures and those videos. Like it really, I don't know, it just makes me feel good. And I'm going on a group trip again. I'm not alone this year because I met so many great people. And so I won't be alone. So like I love that. I love that for me. And for this year, I am taking another solo trip. It's going to be shorter and I'm going someplace new. Someplace I've actually never been before, but it's also for an event. I'm going for a Black Romance Book Fest. And it is in Atlanta. So I'm doing that by myself. And I'm so excited. I'm so excited for it. So solo trips are definitely something that is going to be, they're going to be in my life for the rest of my life. All right. What is something that I learned this year? I enjoy tracking my progress. It is pure motivation for me. Being able to see like how good I do, I love that. Also being able to see how bad I do, it's also a form of motivation because I can do better. Like I can do better. When I was writing my 12-week year, like the week I was going through, I literally the video that I just posted, I was going through and like writing the things that I need to do every single day, every single week. Like these things are not major. They are not huge. They do not take 10-15 minutes. It took me 15 minutes to do that video. However, like doing it real time and not talking through it can take me 5 minutes. I can do that. And I enjoy seeing me tracking that progress. The more I do it and accomplish it and make it happen, like with my gym app, when I see, oh my God, I've been to the gym 15 times this month. Oh my God, I've been to the gym 20 times this month. Like, bruh, girl, you was in your bag. Please get it. It excites me. So tracking is definitely something that I learned about myself this year. I never really thought of it that way. Like when I really, like one of the things I first started tracking was my budget. I was trying to like get my budget in order. And as I started to do that and like continue to do it, I realized that how excited it made me feel and how motivated it made me feel about my finances. So now applying that to other aspects of my life, not just my fitness. So now I can be disciplined in all of these areas. I'm just gonna be a disciplined girly. Like, can we be disciplined girls? Can we? I want to be. Just me. All right. What is a new positive habit that you have gained this year? I wrote reading self-help to apply, but I'm also going to say tracking. This year, I don't know, tracking probably would be last year, honestly, because I started tracking things last year. So this year I read 10 self-help books or self-improvement books, which is a lot for me. But like each of them like really just helped me out, like really just made me see things that I already know, but I needed to see it in written form almost. Like I needed to see that. I needed to be there. I needed it to be like right now. And that really just, I don't know, that really helped me. That changed me. That I loved that. I loved that for me. And yeah, so I think that's a new positive habit. Like reading has always been a thing, but I read a lot of fiction before this year. Like, and so now this year I'm reading 10 nonfictions. Like that really like bumped up the, granted, almost 100 books, I've read 93 books so far. Well, by the time you're seeing this video, it'll probably be 94 because I'm currently reading a book that I think I'm going to finish before the new year. So reading 94 books, first of all, wow. Second of all, 10 of them being self-help, and then like sticking into like my life and like me applying what I learned. Oh my gosh. Elite. So elite. Oh, so elite. So elite. Looking at it this way, it was a good year for me. Things that I learned, things that I put in place, things that I grew in. It was a good year. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about my goals for the year. So I talked a little bit about this earlier, but when I reread the 12-week year more recently, I kind of, I didn't think of, I forgot, I guess. I forgot that having a yearly goal isn't a bad thing. It's just for the 12-week year specifically, you want to accomplish your goals within the 12 weeks. So it's just a different way of looking at goals. Like, yes, I still set 5-year goals and 3-year goals. So why wouldn't I still set a year goal, you know, like a goal within the year? So I was almost like excluding part of the goal setting process just because of the 12-week year. And I kind of needed to get back to thinking of it as still as goal setting in general. So what I'm going to go through is my 2025 year goals. And then I'm also going to review what my 12-week year goals are. So this is still in my reflect and set for this year. And the reflection part was the part that I couldn't find. I probably should make that a little bit more bold, make it bigger, maybe put a star next to it so I can find it next time. But here we are, 2025 goals, that should say. There we go. All right. These goals should not be easy to obtain but will drive you for the entire year and beyond, okay? First, fitness. Do 100 push-ups. So I currently can do 60 push-ups within one workout session. I don't do them straight. If I did them straight, I probably could do 20 straight, but I do them like within a whole session. So saying that I can do 60 already, like that's more than half. So yeah, 100 is the goal. Oh my God. Ah! Anyway, I can currently do 60 push-ups, just to let you know. Do a handstand. I just want to do one. I want to do it up away from the wall, just literally in the middle of the mat. I want to be able to do this. Calisthenics, like just having a calisthenics journey. I don't know. I got to figure it out. I have to figure it out. I have to figure out how I'm going to do it, what I'm going to do, what I'm going to add, what I'm going to take away. But I just like this aspect. You know what I'm thinking of? I'm reading my fantasy, and I'm thinking of the girl, the female main character who's hanging off the side of the cliff, and she has to pull herself up by her arms. And I feel like if I was in this situation, one, I don't know if I would be able to do it, but I want to know that I can do it, if that makes sense. It does. Don't you worry. So 100 push-ups, 1 handstand, 5 pull-ups. What I want to do 2025. I currently can do like a half a pull-up, but I haven't practiced in so long. So I need to get back to doing that. At least like 1 workout a week focusing on a pull-up, 1 workout a week focusing on a handstand type thing. I need to do that. Financial goal, save $6,000 for my emergency fund, pay off all credit cards. So I have 2 credit cards right now. yeah, I don't even want to talk about it. It's bad. It's bad in the sense that like I am saving money to pay it off. I do have like a payoff, but my payoff is not where I want it to be. Like I want to be like 50%. I want to be halfway there, and I'm not. I'm like 10% there. Anyway, pay off my credit card. Knowledge. Read 12 self-help books. I think I'm actually going to change that to 20. I'm going to change it to 20 because I read 10 this year. And actually, I think the last book I'm going to finish is another self-help book. So it's really going to be 11. So I think I'm going to change it to 20. And that way I can strive. I can strive. Health goal, take a solo trip, which I already have planned. Love that. And complete annual appointments. So this has to do with like my overall health, like my doctor's appointments, dentist appointments, OBGYN, all of those things. So have all those appointments booked, ready, set aside. Materialistic goals. Minimize my stuff and get another bookcase and start filling. So those may seem contradictory, but hear me out. I currently have a bookcase over there. It is pretty minimal. It is just one, but the books are overflowing because I got some new cookbooks. I also got some new self-help books. So I'm not going to go crazy. I'm not out here building a home library, but I do need a place to put my books. So I want to get another bookcase. So that's what I'm going to do. That's my materialistic goal. But also minimize my stuff. If you don't know, I am a minimalist. I do have videos on my channel talking about my minimalist journey, but it is still very much a journey. I am still very much working on it. So, thinking in that way, talking about that, I need to get rid of some more things. Like I've accumulated things this year that I don't touch. I don't do anything with. They don't have a place. They don't have a home. So I need to assess. So I need to do like a really good cull, a really good declutter, and put stuff where it belongs. And then if it doesn't have a place, it's got to go type situation. So I'm going to work on that. Yeah, those are my goals. I feel like the minimize stuff goal should have a limit, but we're going to work on it. Anyway, down here is 12-week year potential, right? However, I already have my 12-week year going for the first part of this year. So we're going to pop over there to that portion of my Notion. Excuse me. And as you see, I started December 8th. It ends March 1st, which is great. It's right before my trip. I actually have a trip planned. Anywho, so basically within my 12-week year, I take 1-year goals and then I break them down into 12-week goals. So these are the 1-year goals that I chose: financially stable, becoming a travel agent, and a side hustle that is profitable. So the 12-week goals that I broke them down into are budget and saving for trips, completing my travel agent training, and create a brand structure. So the actual goals, I needed them to be measurable. This first one, I think I finally got it. I nailed it down. I'm only in week 3, but I need to do better. The second one, I need to change. And what I think I'm going to change it to is, if you don't know, to be monetized on YouTube, you need 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours to hit the monetization goal. I have already hit the subscribers. Now it's just the watch hours. I'm only 1,000 hours away from the watch hours. I can hit this within these first 12 weeks and it's going to happen. So let me go back to goal 1. Goal 1, I made more specific as well, saying the amount of money. I want to save $1,000 for my emergency fund and my travel. Both of those within 12 weeks. Okay, which is also perfect because I'm going on my trip at the end of the 12 weeks. So I need to save money for that trip. And then to save, like, my overall year goal is to save $6,000 for my emergency fund. So we're working towards. So underneath here are the strategies that I'm using to save the money. So I'm using a monthly budget. I'm using weekly budget. I'm using monthly milestones, and that's just like a tracking system. I'm also eating out less and using cash for purchases. Using cash has been like one of my key secret weapons for saving money, and I need to get back into doing it. I really fell off with the last 6 months. So these first 12 weeks, I'm really going to buckle down. Cash for purchases. I want to gain 4,000 watch hours. The strategies I'm using is having a monthly content plan, one long form video a week, one short form video a week, and then plan out each video the week prior. So when I do my content calendar, I'm also going to go into the actual videos for the week, and then I'm going to plan out those videos, what day I'm going to film them, what I'm going to say in those videos. Not necessarily a script, I'm just not a script girly, but at least having like the bullet points that I want to talk about the week prior. And then complete travel agent training. This one, I think complete really just says where I want to be. I want to be to 100% with my travel agent training. So I need to do at least an hour a week of training. I need to go into my travel agent email at least once a week. And then I want to post on my travel agent Instagram once a week. So I think that also will help me stay motivated and like stay thinking about travel. There's also a couple of like trips that I want to like do research on, plan and all that. So that will also keep me in my travel agent bag. I really only need to have like a little pinky in there. That's it, because the goal is to have my travel agent business set up by the time I retire from my current career, which I love my current career. I'm not looking to retire early. I just want to have something set up for when I do retire, if that makes sense. It's all about forward thinking. So on the actual screen here, this doesn't look the best. It doesn't look, at least I'm saying the best, like the best to me. However, if you go look at my previous video, it really like shows you what this looks like in real time. I really enjoy talking about my favorites in my monthly reset videos. So, and I usually have two favorites, a book favorite and a YouTube favorite. So my book favorite was The Mountain Is You by Brianna West. I need to buy this book. Actually, I need to put an order in today for this book. I loved this book. This is the self-sabotage. This was the self-sabotage book that I was talking about, where it's basically just showing you yourself. It's putting your face in the mirror, and it's saying, hey, these are the things that you are self-sabotaging on, and this is where you need to be better at, period. That's it. I loved this book. I think I'm going to read it again, like at the start. I'm saying the start of the new year. It is the start of the new year. I'm going to read it again in January, maybe, when it comes in the mail. I have so many books that I want to read, bruh. But I don't know, like some of these books, like they just need to resonate here, you know, and I need to like keep them close. And this is one of them. So good. If you feel like you're having trouble with imposter syndrome, having trouble with self-sabotage, not sure why you can't reach your goals, this book will help you kind of like realize what's going on like up here and why you're doing the things you're doing and how you can overcome them and move forward. So I love that book. And then my YouTube favorite for the month is Lord, what's her name? I think it's Geraldine. I want to say Geraldine Rose, but it's not that. It's not Geraldine Rose. You know when you're like, oh my God, I watch this person all the time, but as soon as you open up YouTube to find this person, you can't. You can't find them, but you know you've just watched them. It's Renee. That's why I wanted to say Rose. Geraldine Renee. I love her channel. She has a book channel. She just hit 2,000 subscribers. Go girl. Go girl. She's good. She's good. She's a young girl. I'm always watching these younger women, and I'm just like, dang, like y'all really doing it out here. And I want to be like you, even though I'm older than you, and it really doesn't make sense. But I'm gonna strive. I'm gonna strive. You know. So. Her channel is a book channel. We read pretty similar. She reads a lot of fantasy, some mystery, but then she also reads more fiction than me. I'm not a big fiction, like just fiction as a genre. I do read fiction books like fantasy and stuff like that, and romance or fiction, but she reads like contemporary fiction, and I don't really read that, but her fantasy books, yeah, we vibe, girl. Her cozy mystery, yeah, we vibe. I'm there. So, and just her general like banter and talking, I love. She makes me laugh. She is so funny. She just makes me laugh, and I enjoy watching her channel. So if you're looking for a Black booktuber that you enjoy watching, check her out. She's good, that you will enjoy watching. But yeah, she does really good too with her reading vlogs, like when she's talking about the books. That's exciting. Like exciting to watch, and like it makes me excited about the books. I'm trying to think if I've gotten any like book recommendations from her specifically. I don't think so. I think honestly, like what she's read, I've either like just read or just finished. I think like, for example, reading The Naturals, like we kind of read The Naturals like a month apart from each other, which was pretty cool. But So I can't think of any like specific recommendations, but in the sense of like making me think. Like for example, she really liked the Emily Henry books, and there was another one, Abby Jimenez, and I've been thinking about reading them, but I also want to read more Black authors and like not and stay away from mainstream. So I haven't like actually picked up one of her recommendations only because of that. But like me personally, I want to read less mainstream and more Black authors. So I've really been focusing on that and reading that way. But I really enjoy her channel, and like she kind of like keeps me in the loop too. Like because she reads mainstream, it keeps me in the loop with what's popular, what's popping, like what are the mainstream books right now type thing. So that's it. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you for watching this reset. Like I said, I do a reset every single month, but this one was a little bit longer, a little more special because it was for the whole year as well. It just made sense to me to kind of like throw them in together. And I also will be doing like a review of my books, and I'll be doing the same thing, like the review of the month, and then also kind of like summing up the year of reading. But I hope you enjoy my channel. I hope you're ready for the new year. If you need anything for the new year, please check out my other videos. I have some templates on Notion. I have some great like system videos of how I set up my systems for getting ready for the new year. I have a vision prompt video as well, which I really, myself, I went back and used my own vision prompt video to kind of like make my mind think, like remember these questions and like think of how to put my vision together. So that is also a really good resource for my channel. So I hope you guys enjoy. And if you want to see anything from me in the new year, just leave me a comment. I would love to do it. Like I said, my channel is all about like me and my lifestyle and like what I'm doing to be better, to grow, to change. And I just want to share that with others because you can do it too. Like you're never too old to like make that commitment to yourself, and to actually execute that commitment is literally the fun part. So thanks for watching this video, guys. I hope you enjoy, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.